In 2026, something strange is happening in America. While millions of people are struggling to afford homes in big cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Miami, there are still places across the country where you can buy an entire house for the price of a tiny apartment. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true. Across the United States, some states are still offering affordable homes, low property taxes, cheaper living costs, and opportunities that many Americans thought had disappeared forever. And today, we're counting down the top 10 cheapest states to buy a house in 2026. But here's the shocking part. Some of these states have homes selling for less than the price of a luxury car. So make sure you stay until the end, because the number one state on this list might completely change where you want to live in the future. Number 10 is Kansas. Kansas has quietly become one of the best affordable housing markets in America. The average home price here is far below the national average, and in many small towns, you can still find decent family homes under $200,000. What makes Kansas attractive is the balance between affordability and stability. Cities like Wichita and Topeka are growing slowly, but living costs remain low. Property taxes can be a little high compared to some other states, but monthly mortgage payments are still manageable for average families. Kansas is also known for having large, open spaces, low traffic, and a peaceful lifestyle that many Americans are starting to prefer after years of overcrowded cities and expensive urban living. For remote workers and retirees, Kansas is becoming surprisingly attractive because you can actually own land and a large home without drowning in debt for 30 years. Number 9 is Indiana. Indiana is one of the most underrated affordable states in the country. In 2026, the state continues to offer low home prices while still maintaining strong job opportunities in manufacturing, healthcare, and logistics. Indianapolis has seen growth over the past few years, but housing prices are still much cheaper compared to other major American cities. Smaller towns across Indiana are even more affordable, with some homes selling for prices that feel almost impossible in today's market. The cost of living is low, utilities are reasonable, and transportation costs are manageable because traffic is far less chaotic than coastal states. Many families are moving to Indiana because they realize they can actually own a house with a backyard instead of renting tiny apartments forever. And in a time where home ownership feels impossible for younger Americans, Indiana is giving many people a second chance at the American dream. Number 8 is Mississippi. Mississippi has consistently ranked among the cheapest states to buy a house, and 2026 is no different. In fact, some areas in Mississippi have average home prices that are shockingly low compared to the national average. One reason for this is that wages in Mississippi are lower than many other states, but for buyers coming from expensive places like California or New York, the housing prices feel almost unreal. You can still find large homes with multiple bedrooms at prices that would barely buy a parking space in some major cities. The state also has low property costs and relatively cheap daily expenses. However, job opportunities can be more limited depending on the area, which is why many people moving to Mississippi are retirees or remote workers. Still, for people who value affordability over luxury city life, Mississippi is becoming an increasingly attractive option. Number 7 is Arkansas. Arkansas is one of the hidden gems of affordable real estate in America. The state offers beautiful natural scenery, low living costs, and homes that remain affordable even as national housing prices continue rising. Cities like Little Rock and Fayetteville are growing, but prices are still reasonable compared to most of the country. One thing people love about Arkansas is that you can get far more space for your money. Large family homes, land, and quiet neighborhoods are still accessible for middle-class buyers. In many states, people are forced to sacrifice space and comfort because of insane housing costs, but Arkansas still gives buyers room to breathe. And with more Americans working remotely in 2026, many are leaving expensive urban centers behind and searching for places where their money actually has value again. Arkansas is becoming one of those places. Number 6 is Alabama. Alabama has become one of the fastest-growing affordable housing markets in the South.
While states like Florida and Texas have seen prices explode in recent years, Alabama has remained relatively affordable. Cities like Birmingham and Huntsville are attracting new residents because of growing industries and lower costs of living. Huntsville especially has become a major hotspot because of its technology and aerospace industries. But even with growth, home prices are still dramatically cheaper than the national average. Many buyers are shocked to discover they can still buy modern homes at prices that feel impossible elsewhere in America. Alabama also offers lower utility costs and relatively affordable property taxes, making monthly living expenses easier to manage. For first-time home buyers struggling in expensive markets, Alabama is becoming a serious alternative. Number 5 is Oklahoma. Oklahoma is one of the most affordable states in America when it comes to real estate, and the value buyers get here is impressive. Oklahoma City and Tulsa have seen development and economic growth, but home prices remain low compared to national standards. In many neighborhoods, buyers can still find beautiful homes for prices that would barely cover a down payment in states like California. Oklahoma also has a relatively low cost of living overall, meaning your paycheck stretches much further. Gas prices, groceries, and utilities are often cheaper than the national average, which helps families save even more money. And while tornadoes are a concern in some areas, many residents believe the affordable lifestyle is worth it. In 2026, Oklahoma continues to attract Americans who are simply tired of unaffordable housing and endless financial pressure. Number 4 is Kentucky. Kentucky has quietly become one of America's best affordable housing opportunities. The state combines low home prices with beautiful countryside, smaller cities, and a slower pace of life that many people now crave. Louisville and Lexington offer more urban lifestyles while still remaining far cheaper than major coastal cities. In rural parts of Kentucky, home prices can be incredibly low, especially for larger properties with land. This is one reason why many younger families are considering Kentucky in 2026. Instead of spending decades trapped in expensive rental markets, they see an opportunity to actually own property and build long-term financial stability. Kentucky also benefits from lower transportation costs and relatively affordable daily expenses. For Americans searching for affordability without completely sacrificing modern conveniences, Kentucky is becoming increasingly attractive. Number 3 is West Virginia. West Virginia may surprise many people on this list, but it has some of the cheapest housing prices in the entire country. In fact, some towns have homes selling for unbelievably low prices compared to the rest of America. The state's mountain scenery and peaceful lifestyle attract retirees, remote workers, and people looking to escape crowded urban areas. One major reason prices remain low is limited economic growth in certain regions, but for buyers with stable remote income, West Virginia can feel like a hidden opportunity. Imagine buying a full-sized home surrounded by nature for a fraction of what city apartments cost. That reality is attracting more people every year. And as housing affordability becomes one of the biggest crises in America in 2026, states like West Virginia are suddenly getting attention they never had before. Number 2 is Ohio. Ohio has become one of the strongest affordable housing markets in the Midwest. Cities like Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Columbus offer surprisingly affordable homes while also providing strong job markets and modern amenities. This combination is rare in America today. Usually, cheap housing comes with weak economies, but Ohio still offers economic opportunities while remaining affordable. Many neighborhoods have homes priced well below the national average, and buyers often get far larger properties compared to expensive states. Ohio also has universities, healthcare industries, and growing technology sectors that help support local economies. For young professionals and families, Ohio is becoming one of the smartest places to buy a home in 2026 because it offers both affordability and opportunity at the same time. And now, the number 1 cheapest state to buy a house in 2026 is Iowa. Iowa has quietly become America's ultimate affordable housing destination. Home prices here remain extremely low compared to national averages, and the overall cost of living is one of the cheapest in the country. Cities like Des Moines offer growing economies, decent job opportunities, and surprisingly high quality of life while still maintaining affordable housing. In many parts of Iowa, buyers can purchase spacious homes with yards, garages, and multiple bedrooms at prices that feel almost impossible in modern America. What makes Iowa especially attractive is stability. The state has lower crime rates in many areas, less traffic, and a calmer lifestyle compared to overcrowded metropolitan regions. For families tired of financial stress and impossible housing markets, Iowa represents something many Americans thought was disappearing forever: affordable home ownership. And honestly, that says a lot about the state of America in 2026. Millions of people are no longer chasing luxury lifestyles in giant cities. Instead, they're searching for something much simpler: a home they can actually afford. Because for many Americans today, owning a house no longer feels like a normal life goal. It feels like winning the lottery.